Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapatiye Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Mailpili. In today's clip, we shall chant, learn, and understand all the shlokas of Narayaniyam Dashakam 9. Let us chant the shlokas first and then understand the meaning. In all other earlier clips on Mailpili, we have been understanding the Dashakams part by part, but by the Lord's grace and the grace of Guru, from this week onwards, we shall make a humble attempt to understand the meanings of all the shlokas of the Dashakam we take for the week. So it will be one Dashakam per week from now on. Today we take up Dashakam 9, which is all about the appearance of Brahma and his penance. Dashakam 9, Shloka 1. Sthitasya kamalodbhavaha tava hinabhipanke ruhe कुतविदिदमम्बुधौ उदितमित्यनालोकयन् तदीक्षणकुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्थाननं चतुर्वदनतामगात् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम्. In this sloka, it is said that Brahma, who appeared from the beautiful glowing lotus flower which emerged from the navel of the Supreme Lord, Lord Brahma sitting on this lotus flower appears perplexed and is wondering wherefrom this lotus sprang up in the middle of this huge mighty ocean. Since he was unable to see the origin of the flower, eager to find out its origin, he turns his head around in all four directions and thus develops 8 eyes like full-blown lotuses and 4 faces. Brahma is also known as Chaturmukhan because of having 4 faces. It is said that he develops 4 faces because he turns around his head in all 4 directions to see whether he can find the origin of this beautiful lotus flower on which he is seated. Dashakam 9, Shloka 2. Mahanavavidgurnitam kamalameva tatkevalam विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन् क एष कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतुस्विदीधमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात्. Lord Brahma could only see the beautiful lotus flower which stood waving in the great mighty ocean, but he was not able to see the Lord's body from where it emerged. Seeing only the unsupported lotus in the mighty ocean and could not perceive the Lord's divine form propping it up, Lord Brahma started wondering about his own identity and asks, "Who am I sitting all alone in the middle of this huge lotus, and where from did this lotus flower originate?" is what he is thinking right now, is what Bhattadri says in this shloka. Dashakam 9, Shloka 3. Amushya hi saroruha kimapi karanam sambhavet iti smakrita nishchayaha sakalu nalarandradvana sayoga balavidyaya samavarudhavan praudadihi tvadiyamati mohanam Natu kalebharam drishtavan. In this shloka, Bhattadri says, Lord Brahma being highly intelligent and curious, he was convinced that this lotus could not be unsupported and determined to find its origin. He descended through the hole in the stalk of the lotus by his yogic power. Although he descended hoping to find the origin of this beautiful, elegant and huge lotus flower in the middle of the mighty ocean, he was not able to locate your extremely charming form from whose navel the lotus had bloomed. That's what Bhattadri says here. Dashakam 9, Shloka 4. Tatas sakala nalika vivarana marga go margayan prayasya shatavadsaram kimapi naiva sandrishthavan निवृत्य कमलोधरे सुखनिषन्न एकाग्रति समाधिबलमाददे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही. Brahma then starts delving deeply through every hole in the lotus stalk and spends 100 divine years searching frantically for the origin of the beautiful lotus. In spite of his search for so many years, he failed to see anything and to get to the origin of the lotus. He then returns to the top of the lotus flower and sits comfortably in a relaxed posture within the lotus, and with his mind focused only on one point, he went into a deep trance, into the eternal state of samadhi, and starts invoking the Supreme Lord's divine grace. Dashakam 9, Shloka 5. Shatena parivatsaraihi दृढसमाधिबन्धौ लसत् प्रबोधविशदीकृतः सकलुपद्भिनि सम्भवः अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्तर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीर्भुजगभोगभागाश्रयम्. Lord Brahma, who was born out of the lotus flower, spends 100 divine years in a state of deep trance or the eternal state of samadhi. He is cleansed by the pure wisdom he has acquired through his deep penance, and he was granted the wonderful, never before seen vision of the Supreme Lord, who lay majestically on one side on the body of the serpent Adishesha. Upon seeing this marvelous vision through his mind's eye, Lord Brahma was overwhelmed with ecstasy and divine joy. Antarmukha Samaradhya Bahirmukha Sudurlabha is a sloka that comes in Lalita Shastranam. When we search for the Supreme Lord and look for Him externally, it is very difficult to find. But if we search for Him within ourselves through deep devotion, bhakti and meditation, we would find it so very easy to experience Him. You can look up the Bhagavad Gita where it is said, Divya Dadami Te Chakshushu, which also means that we could look for the Lord within ourselves, and it is so very easy to find Him and experience Him when we look into ourselves for Him. Dashakam 9, Sloka 6. Kirita Makuto Lasat Katakahara Ke Yurayog Manispurita Meghalam Suparivita Pitambaram Kalaya Kusumaprabham Galatalola Satkaustubam Vapustadai Bhavaye Kamalajanmane Darshitam. In this sloka, Bhattadri narrates the vision that Lord Brahma saw, the ever so beautiful and enchanting form of the Lord. Bhattadri says, O Lord, I worship that divine form which was shown to the lotus-born god Brahma, that divine form resplendent with the brilliant crown adorned with bangles, necklaces and shoulder bracelets, armlets, the gem-studded waist belt, dressed in the elegant yellow silk cloth, the radiant Kaustubha jewel round your enchanting neck, and you were seen sparkling like the Kayam flower. Dashakam 9, Shloka 7. Shruti prakara darshita prachura vaibhava shripate Hare Jaya Jaya Prabho Padamupaishi Drishtaya Drishoho Kurushvadiyamashu me Bhuvana Nirmitau Karmatam Iti Druhina Varnita Swagunabam Himam Pahimam. Lord Brahma said to the Lord, Victory to the Lord Vishnu, Hail, hail, O Lord, the consort of Goddess Lakshmi, O Supreme Lord. Your infinite glory and supremacy has been described in various scriptures like the Vedas. Lord Brahma prays, It is indeed my good fortune that you are visible to me. May you grant me the intelligence and skill for the creation of the entire world. Brahma is actually dumbstruck when he saw this divine form and is at a loss of words, and he starts praising the Lord in his ecstatic joy and bliss. Now Bhattadri also prays, May you, whose abundance of good qualities have thus been praised by Lord Brahma, also protect me. Dashakam 9, Shloka 8. Labhasva bhuvanatrayi rachana dakshatam akshatam grihana madanugraham कुरु तपश्च भूयो विदे भवद्भकिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कटेत् उदीर्य गिरमाददाह मुदितचेतसं वेदसम्. Bhattadri here says, you blessed Lord Brahma with unlimited skill for the creation of the three worlds and urged him to do penance once again. You who are the personification of accomplishment encouraged Brahma to pray to you with more intense fervor and delighted him with more boons than he asked for. Dashakam 9, Shloka 9. Shatam कृततपास्ततः सकलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वादिकम् अधीक्ष्य किल कंपितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्भलविजृम्भितः पवनपातसि पीतवान्. Bhattadri says, then God Brahma did penance for another 100 divine years and acquired more strength from this penance and more intelligence than ever before. Seeing the lotus flower trembling in the causal water due to the wind, it is said that Brahmadev drank up all the water and inhaled all the wind to save the lotus. Dashakam 9, Shloka 10. तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रववृते प्रजानिर्मितौ तथाविधकृपाभरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः. In this shloka, Bhattadri says, once more by your blessing, God Brahma, with the lotus as base, created the three worlds and began the creation of living beings. O Guru Ayyappa, you are the Lord of such infinite mercy. Please protect me by your compassion-filled glances, is what Bhattadri pleads to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam. Govinda, Govinda. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Shri Hare Namaha. Shri Mahaperiyava Sharanam.